Hi, 8th grade. Today we're going to continue reviewing equations for our review video. Alright, so the first equation is 3 times 3x plus 2 equals 9x plus 6. I need to look on either side of the equation and see if there's anything I can further simplify before I start to solve. Can either side of these equations be simplified? The left side of the equation can be further simplified. What can I do? I can distribute. I can distribute my 3 to the 3x as well as the 2. What will it look like once I distribute? It will be 9x plus 6. Because I multiplied 3 times 3x, kept my sign, and then 3 times 2. Equals 9x plus 6. Can anybody tell from here what the answer to this equation is? Will it have one solution, no solutions, or infinite solutions? Let's continue solving just to check our answer. So if we got rid of the 9x on both sides, we'd end up with 6 equals 6. Is that always true? Never true, or sometimes true? This is always true. 6 will always equal 6. So no matter what value we put in for x, these two equations will be the same. Because if we put in 1, it'll be 9 times 1 plus 6 equals 9 times 1 plus 6. If x equals 2, these two will be the same, etc. Any number in place of x will work. So there are infinite solutions. You can also write this as x equals any number. Moving on to equation number 2. This time when we look on both sides, can either side of the equation be simplified further? Yeah, we can actually this time simplify both. So let's start with the left side. We distribute our 2 to the 5 and the 4. What will this look like? It will be 10x minus 8, because we multiplied 2 times 5x, kept our sign, and then we'll just copy the rest down. Now that we've simplified the left, we need to simplify the right. So 10x minus 8 is as simplified as it will get. Now we can simplify this by distributing again. So you can do 8 times 2x, which is 16x. Keep my sign. 8 times 1, which is 8. Make sure that you're not doing minus 1 like I just did. You need to make sure that you're multiplying that 1 by 8 as well. That's the most common mistake people make when distributing. Okay, so now when I continue solving this, I have x's on both sides. If I'm trying to get x by itself on one side, what can I do? I need to get rid of x on one side. Which side do I get rid of x on? Yeah, I want to get rid of the smaller x's. So I can subtract 10x from both sides. I'll end up with negative 8 equals 6x minus 8. Now when I continue solving that, I'm trying to get this x by itself. So I want to get rid of everything else that's not with the x. So I'll add 8 to both sides. So once I add 8 to this, negative 8 plus 8 equals 0 equals 6x. This is interesting. Does this mean that there's no solution to the problem, the fact that these two canceled out, but I still have something over here? Let's continue solving and find out. So now to get x by itself, I can divide by 6 on both sides. 0 divided by 6 is 0. 6 over 6 is 1. This becomes 1x, which is what we're trying to get by itself. So x equals 0. That's not the same as having one solution. If x equals 0, that's a solution. So this is one solution, and your one solution is that x equals 0. Lastly, equation number 3. So for equation number 3, we can simplify the left further by distributing. If I distribute the 2 to both terms, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4x. Keep my sign, and I'll get 2 times 9, which is 18. On the other side of the equation, we just have the exact same thing, 12 plus 4x. So now I have two sides of the equation, and I have 4x on both sides, but the number we're adding is different. Does this mean that we have no solution? No, because it's not actually 4x on both sides. I have negative 4x on one side and 4x on the other. So let's see if we can find a solution. So I have x's on both sides. I want to get rid of one. Which x do I get rid of? Do I want to get rid of my negative 4x or my 4x? Which one do I want to move to the other side? I want to move my negative 4x to the other side because it is smaller. So I add 4x to both sides. Negative 4x plus 4x equals 0. So I just have minus 18. 12, 4x plus 4x equals 8x. So negative 18 equals 12 plus 8x. Again, always keeping in mind that I'm trying to get my x's by itself. I want to get rid of everything else that's around it. So I want to get rid of the 12 by subtracting 12 because 12 minus 12 will give us 0. And this becomes negative 18 minus 12, which is the same as negative 18 plus negative 12. Same sign, adding it together, it'll be negative 30 equals 8x. Final step to get x by itself is divide by 8. You'll end up with negative 30 over 8 equals x. You guys can divide that on your own. Lastly, try the challenge problem. Read it, try it on your own, and then we'll do it together. All right, for our challenge problem, we know that there are two rectangles and the perimeters equal each other. This is similar to the challenge problem from yesterday. So for this one, the first width equals x and the length equals 2x.
Alonzo McGee, please report to the front office.
The second width
Alonzo,
equals 2x.
please report to the front office.
And the length equals 2x plus 4. So now we know the perimeters are equal. So how can I write the perimeter of this first one? Perimeter equals 2 times the length, which is 2x plus 3, plus 2 times the width, which is just x. The second perimeter equals 2 times 2x plus 4, plus 2 times 2x. So we have perimeter 2 and perimeter 1. These two things equal each other. Before I set them equal each other, let's simplify them more. I can simplify this by distributing, so it'll be 4x plus 6 plus 2x. Then I can further simplify this by combining like terms. So I combine my 4x and my 2x, 6x plus 6. On this side, I can combine again. I can simplify by distributing, which is 4x plus 8 plus 4x, and again I can combine like terms. So it'll be 8x plus 8. Now this perimeter equals this perimeter, so our last step is to set them equal to each other. And I'm going to leave it so that you can solve it on your own from there. All right, and then when you get to the rest of the worksheet, make sure you do the 2 practice problems on the bottom, and then the exit ticket on the back will be graded. So do that problem as well. Good luck.